Notre Dame football has won 6 games in a row. The Fighting Irish have risen to 10th in the country in the AP poll, but that number doesn't matter starting tomorrow as we bring in Eric Hansen of blueandgold.com. Eric, not to offend you and your fellow AP poll writers, but when the college football playoff rankings come out tomorrow, that's all any college football fan cares about from here on out, it seems like. Where do you expect the Irish with 2 losses at 6-2 to fall?
I'm guessing that they're going to be right at about 10 in the poll. I think the AP poll and the first CFP poll are never identical, but I think that's pretty close to the range that you'd see Notre Dame. Maybe 11, maybe 9, but I do think it'll be 10, which really puts them right on the bubble.
Correct.
As far as an at-large team.
Yes, because 12 teams make the playoff, but it's not the top 12 teams in the rankings. There's a group of 5 winner, which is likely to be outside of the top 12. There's also a potential conference champion or 2 that could be. So if you're a Notre Dame football fan, when these rankings come out on Tuesday, what's probably the most important 2 or 3 things you're looking at in terms of who the Irish's real competition is moving forward?
You would want to make sure that Notre Dame is the highest ranked 2-loss team. Mm-hmm. If you have an Oklahoma or a Texas ahead of them, yeah, that could play itself out if they lost again. But if they're ahead of Notre Dame now, that's going to be hard for them to jump over. You don't want to see the ACC champ necessarily or multiple ACC teams ahead of Notre Dame. That would be bad. You'd really, for the Big 12 and the ACC, you're rooting for one team, maybe 2 in one of those. Those are kind of the scenarios. There's so many games still to be played that affect them. But right now, again, as we mentioned, at number 10, they're the last at-large team in the field, and you don't want somebody that's going to jump over you in subsequent weeks.
There are currently in the AP poll 2 Big 12 teams ahead of the Irish, but they still have to play each other, so that's a situation that likely sorts itself out, you would assume. The other thing that's maybe new this year is, like, for years we've used the phrase style points, right?
Yeah.
Notre Dame beat Boston College over the weekend. It wasn't probably their finest game of the year, I think we would all agree, but you're of the opinion that in this new era, that's not necessarily that important.
It isn't as important. There has been a new strength of schedule metric assigned, and so with that, style points don't matter as much. If you've got your first string in there late in the game and you're piling up the points against an inferior team. Now, if you do that to a ranked team, that's a different story. Also, for the first time, really, a good loss is such a thing. Before, it was kind of mythical. But now they're going to weigh that Texas A&M loss in Notre Dame's favor. The reason they're doing this is they want teams to continue to schedule hard. They don't want them to schedule just cupcakes outside of their conference. And so this is an incentive to do that. And so again, the 2 losses early in the year would help Notre Dame. Now the thing that would help Notre Dame the most is if USC got really.
Irish fans have to pull for USC, Eric, but that is the metric as such. We're going to know a whole lot more about where the Irish stand a little bit more than 24 hours from now, and that will start to shape how we feel about this season over the final month of the regular season. Back to you.
Thanks for watching. Here's another story you may like, and subscribe to the WSBT22 YouTube channel.